Hey guys, welcome to my fireplace room. And I want to talk today a little bit about one of my recent books called Fixing the Brain, Book 2. And this came out this year, and it's part of a series. There'll be more books coming out. From the back, I wrote neurodevelopment is about how the child and brain develop. When something goes wrong in neurodevelopment or an injury occurs, we can use our knowledge of neurodevelopment to diagnose and form a treatment plan for the child or adult to fix the brain. With that said, I'm excited to be able to write these books and share what I've learned over the years with you, my readers. My desire for many years and my purpose in writing these books is to make this information available and placed into the hands of many who are looking for answers to neurological struggles. And in this time of the COVID-19 where we're sequestered, everybody's homeschooled, this book series is what you need for homeschooling. So you can see how the brain develops, what goes wrong with it, and what we can do to fix it. So in the middle of this book, Fixing the Brain, Book 2, Structure versus Function, I'm just going to pick out a chapter called Cortical Spillage. As myelin develops, it lines and insulates the neural pathways in the brain and central nervous system. One easily recognized neurodevelopment issue with immaturity and underdevelopment in or injury to myelinated neural pathways is a condition called cortical spillage. This condition happens when and where the neural signals from one area of the brain and central nervous system leak out to influence other areas. For instance, the child is coloring with crayons, but their toes are all curled up intensely, and the inactive hand is white-knuckle gripping the edge of the table. Or the child cannot wink with one eye, but rather both eyes squinch, and the whole face becomes involved in the attempt. Or this is a child who always has one foot tapping while sitting. Or how about another one who's always drumming a tattoo with anything in their hand and upon anything within reach? Or this is the child who can only throw a ball with both hands. Or the child who always trips when trying to kick a ball. Or the child who never stays still even when sleeping. Get the picture? Is this your child? Is this you? This is how cortical spillage causes hyperactivity. When the brain has an excess of synaptic activity, either from the neurochemical GABA shortage, overexcitement in the brain, and overabundance of immature neural pathways, or all three, and I talk about those extensively in this book, the brain forces the extra signals down multiple pathways, causing an excess of generalized activity and fidgeting. In these cases, the brain and central nervous system are attempting to burn up the excessive signals through voluntary, involuntary, and often subconscious muscle or limb movements, making it virtually impossible for the child to remain still for more than a few moments at a time. This cortical spillage causes hyperactivity, is the most common symptom bringing a diagnosis of ADHD and other hyperactivity-related disorders. The unfortunate medical solution to cortical spillage hyperactivity is to drug the child into submission, bringing a veritable litany of harmful drug side effects with it. Drugging is never my recommendation. In my professional opinion, zombification of the hyperactive child or adult is only done out of ignorance and oftentimes sheer desperation. With this said, extreme cortical spillage can manifest as Tourette's syndrome, where these leaks cause neuropathic shorts in the synaptic flow. Weakness or damage to myelinated neural pathways in the case of Tourette's syndrome causes tics, twitches, involuntary movements, and/or sniffs, whistles, and guttural noises in an area related to specific myelin damage or shortage. If the short in the neural pathways happens to affect the bad language center of the brain, yes, there is such a thing, then cuss words fly from the victim's vocabulary beyond their control. But don't despair. let me enlighten you with 2 wonderful solutions that actually work, oh fearless parent. But first, how to check and document cortical spillage. Read on. So then I go on how to fix cortical spillage. And in this book is how this cortical spillage problem develops in the first place. So it's not just a book of identifying causes. It's also a book about solutions called Fixing the Brain, Book 2. It's out on Amazon right now. You can get it today. And this is part of the series. Book 1's already been out since sometime last year. This is Restoring Order to Brain Disorder. This talks about the neurologically disorganized brain. And quite frankly, you cannot receive organized function from a disorganized brain. So if you're trying to teach your child and it's just getting lost, it's not sticking, only parts of it are sticking, a lot of your solutions are right here. So go on Amazon, click and find it, and look it up right now. And buy this book and put it to use with yourself, put it to use with your children, and have a wonderful day. God bless.